Hey guys, it's Advanced Logic. Welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia. In the last part, we met up with Judith, and she told us all the reason why she was being the Dragon Rider, why she was destroying Blastia, particularly Hermes Blastia, which were apparently causing Air Crania to create a whole bunch of air. And then we got cornered by Nan and Tyson. We beat their asses with Carol in the party. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. And now we're riding Baul, who's evolved into a really bigger form, and right now we're flying in the air, so now we gotta talk to everybody. Is that the core from the Ceres Blastia that Judy destroyed? Yes, it's definitely cut with a different formula than a usual core. Looks like what she said was true. She says she wasn't too good at lying after all. To discover that the new technique you created was bad for the world after what must have been years of research. Can't imagine how the person who created the Hermes technique must have felt. Well, what if it had been you? If I had found out that it hurt the Earth, I would have to do something about it. But I wouldn't destroy the Blastia like that. And she's just like, what? What the? Nothing. If only things weren't so complicated. I could have just blasted her into oblivion and been done with it. He's like, well, look at that. Anyway. Let's make our way back out here. We gotta talk to everyone except for Carol, who will be last. Let's talk to Raven. So does an old man past his prime fit into the picture at all? What are you whining about, old man? Why are you past your prime? What Judith was talking about before. Hermes Blastia, was it? Blastia created with techniques that should have been lost in the war are still active. You know what this means? I guess someone who survived the war brought either Blastia or those techniques back with him. That person was still using the Blastia even though he knew it was harmful to the Earth. Someone like that would have to be quite the villain indeed. Old man, don't tell me you. Hey now, yours surely was nothing but an innocent youth on the straight and narrow back then. I wouldn't do something like that even on my worst day. Yeah, I was just trying to trick you into giving yourself away. You're a slippery one. Son of a... You gotta learn some respect for your elders. Never! I don't care. And now Estelle. Oh, Yuri. Sorry to interrupt while you're thinking. Ever since I took Bellius' life without meaning to, I wanted to know what it means to be the child of the full moon so the same thing doesn't happen again. I always thought that it was my duty to know. But after what happened to Bellius, that's how everyone is. They do something, they learn, they do something else, they learn more. You too, Yuri? Yeah. Maybe if I had known everything ahead of time, I wouldn't have made any mistakes. There's only one thing I can say for sure. What's that? Maybe you wouldn't have made any mistakes, but it sure would have been boring. I really wonder. That is true. Wait. And, fuck! Are you thinking about Judy? Yeah, I'm wondering what we should do about her. It's true that she broke the guild's laws and betrayed us. I always thought that a guild's strict adherence to its own laws was what kept it together. That there could be no exceptions, no lenience for those who would break the laws. But she did what she did to save the world. Judith is destroying Blastia because she knows it's the right thing to do, even if it makes people hate her. Yep. Judith didn't break our laws in order to do something bad. I know this now. I'm going to talk with her about it and give it some more thought. I'll figure this out eventually. Oh yeah? Maybe I've become a little bit more decisive and Nan will listen to me too. You don't want her to listen to you. I don't care what. Can we please go to sleep or something? It only took us 5 minutes to talk to everyone. Cool. I think anyway. I think we have to... There we go. And another more talking. Please don't let me talk. Please be voiced.
Morning, Yuri.
Morning.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful morning, but even as we stand here, the air is out of balance, and our world may already be dying.
That's right.
Well, look who's feeling better.
In the past, These slight fluctuations of the air have not negatively affected our world. There have always been beings who maintain the balance by sensing changes in the airflow. Beings like Phaeroh and Baul, the Entelekea.
So the Entelekea were responsible for keeping the air balanced.
For ages, the Entelekea have regulated the air. But the recent increase has been greater than they could control.
Which is being caused by the Hermes Blastia.
And which is also why you were going around taking down as many of them as you could.
Yes, that was my mission. The path I walk with Baul, to whom I owe my life.
The path you walk.
Now some would even hunt the Entelekea for Apatheia. This has made the mission of the Entelekea even more difficult.
Why is everybody so crazy about these Apatheia anyway?
I'm afraid I don't have an answer. The air an Entelekea absorbs becomes condensed within its body over time. When its life is at an end, that condensed air forms a crystal, an Apatheia.
Huh.
That's all I know. I imagine Phaeroh could shed more light on the subject, though.
So Apatheia are crystals of concentrated air.
Didn't we already know this?
If that's true and the energy could be extracted from the Apatheia, it would be a source of overwhelming power, I'm sure.
Could we really do that?
I don't know.
I bet somebody wants to use these things for the wrong reasons.
Why didn't you just tell us all this from the beginning?
Seriously, we could have avoided all this trouble if you just talked to us. Am I wrong?
Even if you had known, there are things not even you could have prevented.
What do you mean?
I showed up at Heliord because Baul had sensed a disturbance in the air. Where there was a disturbance, there was sure to be a Hermes Blastia. But what I found there was not a Blastia, it was a person. That had never happened before.
So it wasn't like you were looking for Estelle in particular back at Heliord.
Huh.
Yet for some reason, Baul perceived Estelle as a disturbance in the air. I had to find out why. For the sake of the path I've chosen. It was at that time that Phaeroh first appeared. He seemed to have some idea who Estelle was. My mission was to destroy all the Hermes Blastia. However, Estelle was obviously not a Blastia. I needed to make absolutely certain. I made a deal with Phaeroh, and he agreed to grant me some time.
You mean...
If it became apparent that her existence posed too great a threat, then I would kill her.
Oh shit.
You what?
Settle down. Obviously, Judith reached a different conclusion.
All right, I get it.
Belius said you possess a heart of compassion. If you can communicate that to Phaeroh somehow, you may learn what you should do.
Hey, there's no real reason for you to fight Phaeroh anymore, right? I mean, we know the Hermes Blastia are what's causing the problem and everything. If we just make sure the Apatheia don't fall into the wrong hands...
I still want to meet Phaeroh. I want to hear what he has to tell me.
But...
Please try to understand. I have to know more about myself and take responsibility for who I am.
All right.
She was about to she'd be like, no, fuck you.
I don't think we can decide what to do about Judith right away.
I promise not to leave again until things have been settled, as you said. I need to accept that responsibility myself.
Let's go and find Phaeroh. We'll finally be getting around to one of the first things we set out to do. We can work out the rest once this is finished.
There is a rocky crag in the center of the sands of Kogor. That is where Phaeroh lives. Baul can take us there.
Damn right he can.
Okay, let's go. This meeting's been a long time coming.
Finally!
I can communicate with Baul, but there are still a few things you should know.
Like what?
Baul can only land on the ground in wide, open spaces. So you won't be able to dismount on steep mountain ranges or in narrow canyons.
Can't he land on water?
Water's no good either.
Really? He looks like he'd be a good swimmer.
Yeah, he'd sink like a rock.
Nah.
Huh, who knew?
Well, that's why we have a ship, right?
Right. If you'd like to get down onto the ocean, let me know. Baul will set our ship down there for us.
Okay, but what should we do when we want to fly again?
Use Baul's horn to call him to you.
Bowels. That's all there is to it?
Every Entelecheia has a special region in its brain that can be used for communication with the special power Critians possess.
Huh. So we can get a hold of him by using that.
Right.
Alright, and we got his horn, and this is how you control a bubble. It's basically the exact same as the ship. Only this time, you're flying! Good! Now we can fly any freaking where we want. And check that out. This is our ride. And finally, we could fly anywhere we fucking want.
Judith, you're familiar with Phaeroh, aren't you?
Is he really as scary as he seems?
Well, let's see. Sometimes he's logical, sometimes he's emotional. He can be really scary or really kind.
Alright, that didn't help very much.
One thing's certain, his power is extraordinary, even among the Entelecheia.
Here's hoping we don't wind up looking like poor old Mount Temsa the moment we meet him.
If he can do that to a mountain, there wouldn't be anything left if he turned on us.
Oh yeah.
I wish you wouldn't joke about scary things like that.
Why should we get scared before we even get there? Especially if he's that strong.
Wish I could take it as lightly as you and Yuri.
Freaking Carol. Anyway, now we could fly anywhere we freaking want. And I don't know where to go, so for now I'm just gonna clear up this freaking map. Look at this. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Anyway, if you fly around pretty much everywhere you can, then you can get this one achievement where, yeah, you pretty much reveal the whole fucking map. And here we are at the Sanzakugur. But first, is there any chance that there's an area around here is night? Nope. I don't think there is. Crap. I think I lost my chance to make a freaking Vorpal sword. So for now, let's enter this little crag. So this is where Phaeroh is? Should be. I wasn't able to see him when we came to the desert, but I think this is where we can meet him. I hope nothing bad will happen. What if he suddenly attacks us? I can't make any guarantees. I don't think we'll have a say in the matter. Carol, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I should go. Phaeroh sure did pick a bleak place to live in, don't you think? They say this area used to be covered in lush greenery. Why did it turn into this rocky desert? I don't know that much. Estelle, are you really going to meet him? Even though you could be killed? Yes, I've already made my peace with this decision. Alright, we're gonna die. This is gonna be fun. Rita, you've been acting a little funny ever since hearing Judy's story on the ship. Do you have a problem with meeting Phaeroh? I just think it'll be hard on her to hear what he has to say. But it's too late to turn back now. We've come this far after all. Yep. Let's go find out the truth.
I never imagined you'd be able to speak with the Entelecheia.
Well, I use a Critian technique to do it. Wait, do I detect a little jealousy?
Maybe. Right, Repeat?
Yuri, you want to talk to Repeat?
I think the two of you understand each other well enough already.
I got him pretty well figured out, but I don't know if he understands me.
I think he feels the same way.
Ain't that nice. But now let's go see if Phaeroh's here, and hopefully we get our asses killed. So that way this Let's Play is over. Nah, I'm kidding.
Well, he doesn't seem to be here. Maybe he's off somewhere taking a nap.
Phaeroh, you are here, aren't you?
Oh shit.
Insipid poison. You appear before me at last.
Shut up, Phaeroh.
So you are here. Is that how you greet all your guests, Phaeroh? By calling them names?
For what reason have you come to me? Surely you are aware that I could end your existence with a mere thought.
You know, if you're thinking about it, then why isn't she dead?
You talk pretty big, don't you? Well, if you really want to fight, I'd hate to disappoint you.
Can we fight him? Can we fight him?
Yuri, no! Everyone, please wait! Estelle! Phaeroh, please hear what I have to say.
Does death hold no fear for you, little one? for you gaze now into the mouth of death itself.
And it's in the form of a red chicken.
I am afraid, but I'm even more afraid of dying without knowing who I really am. Belius told me I needed to meet you to learn about my destiny.
Goddamn destiny.
I have to know just what that destiny is. I understand that I am a threat to the Entelikeia, but you said that I am a poison to this world. What is this power I have? Just who is the child of the full moon? If it is true that my existence cannot be tolerated, then it's okay if I have to die. But I at least deserve to know why it is I have to die.
Damn right.
Please tell me. I beg of you.
There was a time when this was a verdant land, sheltered by the blessing of an air crene.
So there was an air crene here.
But what happened? Why did it change?
What you see are the results of too much air and its aftermath. As to why the air ran rampant, the answer lies with the poison brought by the child of the full moon.
Huh?
What?
The power of the child of the full moon stimulates the air crene more than any blastia.
Huh?
Blastia convert air into energy by way of a formula. So if Estelle can use her healing arts without the aid of any blastia, she must possess a formula in her very being that lets her convert air into energy. Judith was searching for blastia that used a particular kind of formula. So, this special formula Estelle has must also consume massive amounts of air, which causes the air crene to become more active and pump out more air than they should. I had hoped my hypothesis would have been wrong.
Ah, man, she knew.
Then
It is as she has said. With each use of her power, the child of the full moon uses far more air than the blastia. In so doing, the imbalance of air in this world is furthered. For the planet, such an existence can only be called a poison.
So you just wipe it out then? Little quick to judge, aren't you, Phaeroh?
This problem concerns the entire planet, and she is its cause. To do nothing would be unparalleled folly.
If the problem's with Estelle, then it's for us to solve.
Bam.
You have no place in our affairs.
Bam.
The gravity of this situation is beyond your grasp.
You don't honestly think that everything's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows if Estelle dies, do you?
Yeah, he actually does, yeah.
It would at least eliminate one problem.
Phaeroh, at Heliord I stopped myself. And again at Dawngrest I stopped you. What I thought was a Blastia turned out to be a human. Before I realized it, I had lost my way. I never thought this child could be as great a danger as you had said.
And due to your confusion, I granted you the time necessary to see things as they are. As a result, my sister Belius is now lost to me. Enough. This power will bring only ruin.
Not sure I understand all this, but if her power's the problem, why can't she just not use it?
There can be no guarantee she will not try to use the power.
That's true. She does have trouble turning a blind eye to things happening around her. Someday she will surely use her power to help someone. However, as long as she keeps that spirit of compassion, she cannot only be seen as harmful.
Damn right, Judith.
She is not like a Blastia. I know that you can feel the difference.
Compassion alone will not save this world.
That is true.
Listen, Phaeroh, I get that you've thought all this through with everybody's best interest in mind, but why doesn't that world have a place for Estelle?
It is sometimes necessary to remove a part to save the whole.
Oh shit.
I don't buy that for a second. What makes you so high and mighty that you're the one to decide who gets cut and who doesn't?
We have endured the anxiety of existence for far greater a span than you can conceive. Such words mean nothing from those who call this world home for but a fleeting moment.
Phaeroh, please, listen. The important thing is finding a way to stop the excessive air, correct? We still have time left to search for such a thing.
Judith.
And if the effects of Estelle's power reach their absolute limit, I will kill her as promised.
God damn it.
You should have no complaint with this.
Hey, Judith, are you serious?
I'm sure brave Vesperia will come up with something before that happens, right?
What? Yeah, of course we will.
Score one for Judith.
Yeah.
So that settles it. If we humans are to blame for Estelle's problem and bringing on the apocalypse, then it's up to us to make things right. If we give it all we've got and still blow it, you can slow roast us on a grill for all I care.
You have changed. If you are still as before.
Have I? That is nice to hear.
Very well. Be ever mindful, though, that time is fleeting.
You know, I like Phaeroh's voice, even though he's in the form of a fucking red chicken.
If the formulas are causing the excessive air, then there must have been times when this happened in the past. I mean, the Blastia were a product of an ancient civilization.
There exist those who have inherited the sins of the past. If any that can speak of what occurred in the days of old, it is they.
And he's gone. Goodbye, chicken man.
Gone.
Thanks for everything, Yuri. Judith, you too.
No problem. But hey,
What?
it's okay if I have to die? What the hell was that?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear that again.
I'm sorry.
Oh god, she's Colette. That might not be a bad thing, but still, I don't like those kinds that apologize too damn much. Colette is a good character in Tales of Symphonia, but other than the apology,
Man,
yeah,
I was really worried there for a while.
the apologies turned me off. Yeah, fuck it.
We were pretty lucky that Bruiser was in a mood for conversation. Poor Raven's heart can't handle that sort of stuff anymore.
If he really wanted to kill Estelle, he'd have attacked us immediately. And that's what I can't figure out.
I imagine Phaeroh was conflicted as well. He hid himself from us in the desert to see just what we were made of.
Huh. Maybe he wasn't as bad as we thought after all.
You might be right. I get the feeling he'd do whatever's necessary when push comes to shove.
That sounds like you.
Nah.
Maybe.
But what are we gonna do, Yuri? You heard what he said.
We're going to fix the problems the air's causing, and that's all.
That's easier said than done. We're pretty much at square one, you know.
There's no doubt that the formulas are related somehow to the air getting used up. We need to find out about the ancient Blastia, and if they went berserk or not. If we had that kind of information, it might give us a clue.
Ask those who have inherited the sins of the past about the days of old. Or at least that's what Phaeroh said.
The Critia were the ones to invent the Blastia. In other words, we need to ask a Critian who is still familiar with the old stories.
Yeah, the Critia are often credited as the inventors of the Blastia.
There isn't much left of the Critian city of Timza, though. Things might be different if we had somewhere else to look.
The hidden city of Miorzo.
Oh shit, Judith.
It is far older than Timza, and the birthplace of the Critia. The first Blastia also originated there.
Really? Well, what do you know?
What a coincidence.
You wouldn't happen to know where this Miorzo might be, would you, darling?
I've heard that name somewhere. There was a Critian in Ospio. I'm sure they mentioned something about it.
Do you think that person might still be there?
Well, there's no harm in checking it out.
Judith, are you coming with us?
I should. We still have the issue of the guild to straighten out.
So, to Ospio then.
Alright. Can I stop now? Because this episode's been nothing but playing, or talking and all that. Though it has been pretty damn good talking, so yes. Where the hell do I have to go? I think I just have to fly up here. And yep, now that you fly, I think you're going to be using this map a lot more than the tiny ass one right here. No wait, this is Dongress and all that. It should be somewhere over here. Come on, Ospio, where are you at? And there it is. So yep, I'm going to cut it here, guys. So next time on Tales of Vesperia, we're going to be looking into where to find Miorzo here in Ospio. So see you guys then.